So I've been intrigued by scary content on TikTok for quite some time now, pretty much since last October when I seen this spooky live stream of a dude alone in the woods with just his flashlight while he was breathing very viciously into his microphone to let you know he was scared, but it sounded more like I was listening to an Amaranth stream, But he kept walking around the woods until he stumbled across a cross made out of sticks and twigs, like he was in the Blair Witch Project or something, and that scared him enough to cause him to turn tail and scream and run away like he just walked in on his mom and dad having sex. But obviously, I didn't stop watching there. I had to keep watching, because we were at the climax. We were getting to the good part, and you never quit when you're about the climax. So I continued watching, hoping that the monster would catch up to him and rip him limb from limb, or maybe he would catch this monster in some sort of contraption and then unmask it, and it'd turn out to be the local mayor or something wacky like that. But spoiler alert, none of that ever happened. I was left with my pants around my ankles and the feeling that I'd seen this before, that I'd been here already. And it wasn't like a deja vu kind of feeling or an Alzheimer's moment, although I guess I wouldn't really know if I had that, would I? But the point is, I'd seen this before because it wasn't a TikTok live stream. It was a video that was looping on TikTok Live over and over and over again. But the only reason I bring up the time I wasted an ungodly amount of hours watching a TikTok live stream is because it might have paid off. It might have led the algorithm to finally recommend me a good spooky account called Slamurai that kind of has me on the fence, somewhat believing that paranormal activity may be taking place in his house. And, I'm still on the fence, by the way. The pole going up my anus isn't too comfortable, but I have to stay here for research purposes. So the way I want to explore this account is the same way I stumbled across it. We're going to start at the top and then work our way towards the bottom. And just for the record, this didn't start out as some sort of spooky, scary, my house is haunted, oops, I peed my pants kind of account. It started out as a very normal middle-aged dude posting videos of his wife and his kids and commentary videos about stuff he's interested in. I've watched all his videos, by the way. I'm a big fan. But I just wanted to point out, it started out as just a normal account until one specific video. One video that turned everything on its head, upside down, and then flicked it on its butthole. That's where everything changed. It got spooky from there on. And that's what led us to where we are today, of him posting videos that his house is haunted. So let's go ahead and watch the first video I ever seen from this account. And it's kind of spooky.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Holy shit.
I think he's scared. Maybe.
So about a year ago, I did a live stream, and I get back and I discover all these names in this room back here. There is another door that leads to a little bit of extra storage, but...
So this right here is his little gnome door. I never understand why people have these. I guess I do, actually, for storage and whatever, but every time I see these doors, I just can't help but seeing the underpants gnomes from the South Park just opening that door and walking in there. To stash their undies. But let's get back to the video where he's discussing these names that he found written on the wall inside of this gnome door. And it's pretty much like those names you'll see written on the stall of a gas station door, like Angela loves BJ's, whoever BJ is. That's pretty much what it is. Just
to the right on the door.
Middle school kids writing they love someone, or someone putting their initials, just marking that they've been there, and just what everybody does. I guess there have been a lot of people in this house, though. Jeez.
Morgan was here, Chelsea, yada, Katie loves Chris, whatever.
96.
But once you get inside, you start getting names that are crossed off. You start getting names that are relationships that didn't really work out, going all the way back to 1985.
So this is what I found really creepy about this. There are many, this wall is completely full of names, and I don't know exactly how they got there. I don't think that many people have owned this house since, I think it was built in 1956 is when the guy said the house was built. So I can't imagine that many people staying in there since then. It's not been entirely that long. And that's a lot of names in there, a lot of names. Look at them.
But then you have this. And
it's a whole wall of names.
This name right here, let me just show you.
Smith, Kathleen, Dave, Norman.
Yeah, so the rest of this video is just him trying to say that the name Norman that's written on the wall is causing his flashlight to bug out. And it is kind of creepy, but I just really wanted to show you that wall of names because I found that kind of creepy, you know? That many names being written on a wall is definitely not normal. Now, I don't think it's ghosts that did it because ghosts can't exactly pick up pencils and, you know, carve their names into the styrofoam. So I guess people really did carve their names in it. I don't know how they got that many people to do it. Maybe they were having house parties or like sign the wall parties, pointing signs like, come here, sign my wall. But that was a good introduction video because it's kind of creepy. Makes you feel that little bit of fear in your taint region that gets you riled up, you know? You know it's a good spooky little session when you get that feeling downstairs. So now, let's check out this video here about his dog who doesn't really like the upstairs.
So as a lot of you know by now, I recently did a live stream with my dog Loki to show you how dogs react to certain situations in the house. It was requested several times that I go into a certain room and say the name Norman.
So this is a continuation pretty much of the names on the wall. The Norman name, once again. He takes his dog, I believe, into that room is where this video goes, and he says the name Norman with his dog in there. So this is
Presence be known.
that summer 2021.
Dude.
Yep, so his dog
So
just
it's
runs
not
in, lays
here.
down.
Don't even try it, dog. You're gonna bust your ass.
1 year later, so this is
There ain't
present
no way
day.
you making it.
His dog smells a ghost fart. Some ghost just tooted. He's trying to get out.
Bro.
It smells horrible. Dog's driving, bro. His dog is trying to whip around, you know, pick up them B words. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, that's where that video ends off. He's just showing that his dog kind of reacts weirdly to the circumstances upstairs. Like the dog is specifically scared of the upstairs where the names are written. So needless to say, this dog is not too interested in solving mysteries. He's not like your typical Great Dane named Scooby-Doo, and he doesn't have a pal named Shaggy to go, zoinks, dude, I think we should get out of here, like, right now. And then they got to wind up their run and run away. No, this is just a normal dog. So now I want to move on to the history of the house, just to kind of give you a bit of backstory as to what could be causing these things that go bump in the night.
Outside the house, the hot tub had two bodies side by side, one male, one female, roughly 3 feet deep, that were discovered.
Okay, so this is the video where he talks about all the various dead bodies that were found on the property. So he said there was two, one female, one male, under the hot tub where he was trying to build this hot tub. And then he goes on to just say some really more wild stuff here.
Excavating the hot tub, and instead, the previous owners had the bodies removed from the premises, and the hot tub still built in that location. Under the house, when they moved the house that was originally here and came back to undercut for stone, they discovered hideous amounts of grave markers, skulls, and bones, which were not reported and proceeded to be dumped in the river across the street. The septic tank in the 70s, the individual who owned the company that did this work said they discovered bones, and they were removed from the premises, and the septic tank was still built there. Now, that is just the outside of the house. So now that we're inside the house, I'll go ahead and tell you, we'll start off with the least menacing things that have happened in the home and get progressively more gruesome.
Okay, so this is where he's talking about the occurrences in the house. So he just told you all that about the dead bodies found around that house. Now, I don't know if that's real. I couldn't find the actual house in real life to find if the backstory was true or not. But if we are to believe the lore here, if we're to go along with his storyline, there were uncountable amount of bodies found under and around this house, and yet he still chooses to live there.
Starting off in the master bedroom, we have an old man that passed away at about 80 years old. The previous owner's husband passed away in that
died in the
bedroom,
house.
and the house became too much maintenance for her, and that's why she decided to get rid of it. Not to say that we haven't had our fair share of incidents in that room.
By the way, these are some videos that he uploads of like spooky stuff going on. Those are Oz.
Now that we've talked about the master bedroom, we're going to head upstairs where things just begin to get weird, including this little door right here. The only person that is reported to have passed away in here was a girl in the late 70s. She was about 7 years old, and she died of a very high-grade fever.
So there's people that's died in the house as well, not just unmarked graves being discovered. But the part I want to show you is this right here. Where's it at? In the hallway here. Look at this. The door that is like up above the other door. Now, doors like this always freak me out. Just like stairs that lead to nowhere. Those stairs in the middle of the woods stories that I've seen, like the park ranger stuff on the Reddit and whatever. And then doors that don't have stairs or don't have a typical way to access them. Those always kind of creep me out. They always give me these weird feelings, you know. It's like a liminal space kind of feeling, like it shouldn't be there, but it is. I just don't like that. I don't like that at all. I guess, you know, logically though, it's there for attic space, you know, the most easy to access attic space. You just grab a ladder, hop on up there, but it does look weird nonetheless.
So back here is an incident that occurred after we moved in. An individual that we do know was staying in this room back in here, and they shot themselves at around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was accidental, however, even weeks, months, and just even now, there's still remnants of the aftermath. A lot of the carpets have been replaced. The only carpets that haven't been replaced are the ones that you're seeing right now. And
that one does at least have evidence to it. You know, that does look like a bullet hole. So presumably if he's telling the truth about that, the other stuff should be true, you know.
Aftermath of that incident, and there is the bullet hole still in the ceiling. And that's about all I can say about that on this platform. Lastly, this is something I always try and show you guys on my live streams.
Yeah, this is pretty weird too. The reception
of my phone always drops and doesn't pick up until I get far away from this box.
Yeah.
But essentially, these have been found stashed in various areas, such as the crawl space and boxes up in that room. You need an 8-foot ladder.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of witchy, culty stuff that he found in his house too. So this right here is pretty much just a setup for a horror movie, you know? If I found stuff like this, even if I believed in it or not, regardless, I'm not buying the house. I'm not staying in the house. I'm selling it, giving it to some other unfortunate person that'll buy it, and then they can sell it off. I'm not staying there. By any means necessary, I'm getting out. So this is some more upstairs creepy footage that I wanted to show you just to point something out real fast. Watch the ending of this, how it gets real pixelated here. And then the lights turn off, and then he books it. Okay, so the glitchy, pixely kind of thing, he doesn't mention that he's adding that in just for effect. So presumably he does say in the videos previously that his live streams will cut out near that culty kind of cabinet that he keeps all the witchy looking stuff in. So I guess the glitch is just something that happens when you record videos and the paranormal stuff is happening, which that kind of does take away some of the credibility for me. I'm just not into that kind of thing. You know, I don't think that makes it look more realistic. I think it looks less realistic. It just makes it look very stereotypical. My house is haunted. Look, it's making my camera glitch out. The ghost is interfering with the EMFs around my house and contorting the light rays, making my camera glitch out. It just seems like there's always this weird glitch that happens in a bunch of his videos where he catches this creepy occurrence on camera. Whenever a creepy thing happens and he catches it on camera, the glitch is sure to follow. Now this is a video of him going inside the top door. Like the comment says, he's going up into the door that requires an 8-foot ladder. And this is what transpires. Let me skip forward a little bit here. He goes into the crawl space with a flashlight, starts to crawl through, and then, what would you guess? The camera starts to freak out, starts to glitch. That looks a lot like a glitch effect you can throw in After Effects. And then you hear there at the end it says, "Just jump." So, kind of spooky, but still, the glitches is what's kind of throwing me off here. The videos that don't have glitches are kind of creepy, you know, like the history of the house is very creepy, very odd, very off-putting. But the videos that he's trying to make it really seem like a horror movie, like a found footage horror movie, that's where I kind of start to not believe. So now we're going to take a look at the video that everyone is pointing to as the moment that cursed him or made him bring back home negative energy that then led to his house becoming haunted. And it's this video of him being down in the sewers because I believe he works as some kind of electrical engineer. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know what his profession is. But he does work on some kind of like electrical stuff. And now he's down here trying to fix something. And this is the video everyone's pointing to as like what's causing all of his hauntedness, his problems in his house. But instead of watching this one, because it has copyrighted music by the throat, by whoever that is, I don't know, it's just very loud. I'm going to show you a recap video that he made more recently talking about his time down here alone.
I had to go down here alone. This is one of those times. Even with a 1000 lumen flashlight, it sometimes did more harm for your vision than good. As you'll see here in a few seconds, the smog gets thicker as you go.
So he's just saying how it's really dark and creepy down there, which it is. It's very odd. I'm going to skip forward to the end though where he starts explaining stuff.
Even though there was a ladder that went straight to the top from the last drop, it was blocked by a hydraulic pump.
See, this is a very creepy video. No
would get down
glitches.
here, but would be very slow due to the cold water.
Straight up creepy.
When they tried to bite, you would see them strike in slow motion, not too long after dislodging a human arm from the pump. I began to experience horrible sleep paralysis episodes, as well as the worst streak of bad luck I've ever had.
So this guy dislodges somebody's arm that they lost in Vietnam or whatever while performing his job, and then in turn, his house becomes haunted. Talk about drawing the short end of the stick, man. It's like everybody in the world gets superpowers, and you get stuck with having increased lung capacity while your friend basically becomes Superman. And something I want to point out that I haven't talked about yet is on all of these videos on this guy's page, there are these paranormal experts that are coming out of the woodworks to comment on what he should do, saying, you should cleanse your house, or you should pull your pants down and wipe your butt across the floor like dogs do when they have worms. That'll get rid of the bad spirits. Or what you should do is get sage and light it up and then walk around your house chanting these weird phrases in Latin, and that'll get away of them. Get rid of the ghost. Or some people are saying, use the name Jesus Christ and say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I compel you to leave my house, pack your bags and get out. I'm keeping the kids. And that'll get rid of them, all right. I just hate people that act like that. They act like there's this only one specific fix you have to do for anything, not just ghosts, just anything in life. People who act like they're experts and their way is the only way that's going to work. I just hate that whenever people act like, you know, do this and it'll change your life. It'll fix everything. Because one time I trusted a guy on Yahoo Answers that said that. He said all you got to do is grab your wiener at the head and pull real hard in a downward direction and you'll add at least 2 inches instantly. Needless to say, I didn't do that. Did have to get some stitches and attach that thing back on. But regardless, let's continue. So now we're going even further back down the rabbit hole to a video he posted almost a year ago. Tomorrow will make 1 year ago. And this is his first ever spooky paranormal type of video. Video of his daughter, and then they're thumping in the attic or whatever.
Okay, for the last
and this is a different house, by the way, I think.
Oh, like, I know you can fucking hear me, right?
I presume.
My fucking family's privacy again. We're just gonna start pumping fucking rounds up into the roof and acting like I don't even know that you're fucking there, right?
Shoot a ghost. That works. That's America right there, baby. Second Amendment.
Abigail.
Alright, so there's a lot of people in this comment section saying, I don't claim any negative energy. I don't claim negative energy. I hate those people too. That's a side rant though. I'm not getting into that. But this was his first ever spooky, scary, wacky, paranormal video. And to me, seems kind of fake, you know? The thumping seems added in. The voice sounds added in. Just doesn't seem real. And people did also say that at the end of that clip we just watched, where the voice says, the child is mine, or whatever, that's a clip from Supernatural, so that means the video's fake, which I already thought the video was fake, and if that's true, then yeah, it's fake. So this is the same place where we just seen the last one.
Abigail.
Here it said, mine.
Abigail.
The baby disappeared.
Where is you? Abigail.
Yep. Not in there. Maybe she's behind the mattress.
Where you at?
No.
Abigail.
Do you hear the dog barking, man? That's so fake. That's obviously fake, man.
Buddy. Abigail.
So yeah, he just keeps running around. You hear squealing for a second, and then let's skip to the end here. He finds the baby in the crib. Laughing. She seems real scared. So yeah, that's a pretty cool video, but definitely not real. I mean, the dog barking really did sell that. You know, obviously it wasn't that husky that was barking. It was very clearly sound effects that he added in. So that may lead me to believe that what he's doing now is just a more elaborate ARG type of thing, which is still cool nonetheless. I just wanted to go in and make a video about this because this account is very intriguing. Whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's real or it's fake, you can't deny that it is a very intriguing story. You know, a haunted house of this ghost entity that is attached to the house, the names on the wall. He could have did those names by himself. You know, he could have done that himself, you know. All of this could be done by him. And if it is done by him, kudos, man. It's a very interesting... You've got my attention. It's very interesting. I love ARGs personally, so I'm down for this to be an ARG. You know, it don't have to be real for me to enjoy it. I'm going to like it either way. And now this is another old video. This is when he first started getting into talking about the spooky stuff. This is a response to the previous video, actually, if you read the comment right there.
Can you show me where?
So he's just talking to the baby about like where the voice came from.
Okay.
It looks up.
So you were up there in the attic. Where is it right now?
The baby was in the attic and the thing is to the right. But if you notice something here, regardless of all the baby saying the ghost is took me to the attic and it's standing right there right now. The food on the table looks to spell something, and the word that it looks to be spelling is O-U-T, out. I don't know if it's just me, but that seems kind of unrealistic. I don't think a ghost is going to spell out in baby food, out. Very stereotypical movie trope of a ghost saying, get out of my house. I'm going to spell it out in the food so you can get out of my house. Get out. I'm going to spell this out in your baby's food, but not going to talk to you directly. You know, there's boundaries here. There's boundaries. So this video has a couple things I want to touch on, but just look at the beginning here. The baby's on the couch.
TV room, followed by the master bedroom where one death is known to have occurred, followed by the living room with a fireplace.
Talking about deaths again.
Chest over this
We've already
way,
heard this. We talked about this.
Followed by the front door over here, which sometimes just gets let wide open. As many of you know, this is where most of the stuff happens. What? Yo. So, no. What?
So not only does this man have a haunted house, he has a Chucky-like haunted doll that can move from the sofa to the top of the stairs, somehow without him seeing it when he's going directly up the stairs. Or maybe he has two baby dolls, I don't know. Maybe he hit a nice little cut there when he turned around and said, oh, what's that behind me? And then went back. So like I said before, these older videos that he was making in 2021 are not as good as the recent ones. You know, if I'd only seen the recent videos, I would definitely believe that this is like maybe real, maybe a haunted house, or just it's a really well done ARG. But these older videos that he's doing kind of sell the bag, you know. It's like too unrealistic, you know. It's still kind of interesting, kind of cool to watch, but that's about it. You know, it doesn't have me questioning my existence. It doesn't even have me on the fence anymore, you know. I'm obviously on the non-believer side on the older videos, and it just really goes to show how gullible people are on TikTok with the comments of these videos. Like, holy Jesus Christ, you have fully grown women who probably have kids and grandkids saying, hold up, how'd the baby move like that? This video gives me bad vibes. The doll was sitting on the sofa at the very beginning of the video. I repeat, the doll was on the freaking sofa. Yeah, obviously that's the point of the video, is that the baby doll moved. Oh, TikTok just takes all your brain cells away. Like you trade your brain cells when you install TikTok, I swear to God. So this is a reply to the baby doll popping up at the top of the stairs. And by the way, he never answers these comments really. He'll reply to the comments, but never directly answer them, which is very weird. Like he'll just make a random video with that comment on the screen, which why even have it there in the first place? He never directly responds to the criticism or the questions people has. Which is very weird to me. I don't understand why reply at all if you're just going to do stuff like this. But it's just talking about the comment where it says at the beginning the doll's on the sofa and then it's gone when you look back. And he does a filter over the baby, which is another very big gripe that I have. And I can't play the sound because he's playing a Metallica song. Nothing else matters. But the glasses pop up in an invisible space. I've always hated this when people try to prove the existence of ghosts by using a Snapchat or TikTok filter. Like, that's the most unreliable source you could ever try to use to prove that ghosts are real. Because those things are so buggy. They're going to latch on to random stuff. Like, if I held up this water bottle and did, like, a face swap on my Snapchat, it would probably take the water bottle and replace my face with the water bottle. Like, it's not trustworthy at all. And this video doesn't even really show anything with the filter at all. Like, you know, it's just showing the baby doll and, like, the sunglasses just pop up. That doesn't show anything. And then you have people saying, oh my God, please get rid of that doll. It's for your own safety and your family's safety. That doll shouldn't be there. But if he got rid of the doll, he'll throw it in the garbage and then it'd pop back up on the sofa. So if you haven't guessed by now, the reason I showed you the previous videos before these ones we're looking at now is because they're much less believable. And this one right here is right up there with that.
Look.
People kept saying I needed to leave. And he's going to show us something here, something spooky. You guys catching it? You catching it? Oh,
Swear to God.
bottom right corner before I zoom in.
Yeah.
Bottom right corner before I zoom in.
Look.
You see anything in bottom right corner? A little shadowy ghost thing? Is that what that was? This video has 674,000 likes, by the way, and it's a whole lot of nothing. It's a nothing burger, if you will. But this guy apparently live streams a lot, which I haven't caught any of his live streams. He hasn't posted in a couple days also. I just found his account recently, relatively recently, so I don't know. Maybe he's just one of those live streamers like I saw back in October that I mentioned, that just do this stuff for the, you know, shits and gigs of it. Just for the entertainment purposes to get those TikTok gifs. Now this is the last kinda interesting thing that I wanted to show you, the last kinda interesting video. It's about the swing set that's in the woods of his house.
In the middle of the woods. Now I don't have any information on anything bad happening back here per se, but when the address was leaked, it inevitably led to about 4 months of hell, and we started to deal with stuff like this.
So apparently the address did leak, and then people were putting those Blair Witch crosses up that I saw in the other live stream. There's a little figure in the back.
There's my baby girl.
Yeah, you see something moving back there. Now, I guess that's pretty much what I saw on one of those previous live streams. It may have been this guy that I seen doing that stuff.
There's my baby girl.
It's always the really bad quality too with the flashlight.
Hello?
I genuinely think that might have been his live stream that I saw now that I'm watching this back. And it starts cutting down. I think it is. I think it was. Oh. So it's getting very glitchy again. Very laggy, glitchy. Swing is swinging. There's the heavy breathing. Oh, it's all connecting now. I didn't know it was this guy. I just realized this live on air. Oh my god. It might have genuinely, the guy I talked about seeing the live stream before, might have been this dude. It might have been him. I might have been fooled this whole time. How could I have been so blind? It was right in front of my eyes. Had this video saved and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. Just a creepy TikTok account with a house that has a very creepy backstory on its own. Just even if the guy just only made the video about the backstory of the house, finding the dead bodies or whatnot. That's the creepiest part of this to me, is the sheer amount of bodies that he's supposedly found. Once again, don't know if it's true. Don't hold me to that. Just wanted to go on this little spooky adventure with you guys, and you know, it was fun. Kind of spooky, kind of scary. I didn't tinkle my pants or anything. It's not as scary as the goblins caught on tape or top 10 ghosts caught screwing your mom on tape or whatever. But you know, it'll give you a little you know, watch the closet out of the corner of your eye at night time if you're watching this kind of stuff. I saw this on vacation, by the way, in a hotel room. So you know, this didn't really keep me from sleeping at night or anything. But what did keep me from sleeping was the drug deals going on behind my hotel. So as much as I would kind of like to believe this was real, I'm going to have to say it's not. It most likely is an ARG. A very well done one at that. Now, I'm not taking any credit away from this guy. It's very well done. It's very high quality. He deserves the views and the followers that he's getting. I'm going to keep following along. It's a very fun thing to watch, you know, even if I know it's not real. It is very interesting to just see how this unfolds, how it develops, because it's not like there's an actual ghost or entity or monster that's specifically there. It's just like he's hinting that something's there, you know. It's like it's always in the background, always out of sight, always just making these weird whispers and knocks and noises at night, noises in the attic. You know, it's just nothing too deliberate to where it's absolutely fake. Besides those older videos that I showed you, those ones are bad. But yeah, his new stuff is very good. I'm very excited to see how this develops. Let me know what you think. I guess there's only one question left to ask. After all this, do you believe in ghosts? Well, nobody watches my videos, man. I'm just stopping this. The pole's riding right up my gooch right now. It just says that casually. Like, yeah, pulled a human arm out, and that's what's caused me to have sleep paralysis and all this kind of stuff. My house is haunted now. But I found a human arm as a souvenir, slinging around. Look, it can still bend.